Good afternoon. My name is Gloria Campos, and I am showing this time activity from my master's degree, developing language skill in the classroom. But this time is teaching listening. Let's start with what is listening in the classroom? Well, listening is one of the 4 skills in second language acquisition. As we know, they are divided into receptive skills and productive skills. Listening is one of the receptive skills that we know. These skills receive and understand information. It is regarded as an active skill. The listener is constantly involved in guessing, anticipating, checking, interpreting, interacting, and organizing activities in the classroom. The objective of listening comprehension practice in the classroom is that students should learn to function successfully in real-life listening situations. That was said by Penny Art in 1984. The students need to practice listening to the kind of speech they will actually encounter in real life. And that was said by Underwood in 1989. Why do we work with listening in the classroom? Well, we have different actions that we do in the classroom. To get information, to socialize, to be entertained. Now, the degree of attention and possibly strategies will differ. Age, gender, formality, interference, visual, clues, and so on. We can say many different activities here. Why do we teach listening? Well, we teach listening to be able to listen effectively, as it is vital for vitally important in the English students. Without this skill, our students cannot take part in conversations. They listen to the radio, speak on the phone, watch movies and in English, or attend presentations and lectures. Acquisition. Listening to spoken English is an important way of acquiring the language. Oh, that means picking up the language with structures and vocabulary. We also face some difficulties. Our job is to help our students become better listeners by helping them overcome the difficulties they face, because as we know, students find this skill a little bit difficult to practice. Differences. Getting the students to listen to spoken English, to let them hear different varieties and accents. That is the main reason we teach listening. There's a hierarchical summary of the listening process that it was set by Richards in 1985. And he mentions 6 different steps. The type of interactional act or speech in which the listener is involved, relevant script, the goals of the speaker, the propositional meaning of the utterance is determined, the meaning assigned to the message, and the information is retained and acted upon, so the original message is deleted. What classroom considerations can we have? We have different students' preferences, that is the influential determinant in underlying the success or failure of our teaching. The relationship between the text and the reader. And the last but not least, the genuineness, which is the pre-recorded text and audiovisual materials of native speaker conversations that may be genuine examples of spoken English. What are the preconditions for real-life listening? Well, we have here, allows access to environmental cues. Listening segments come in short chunks, and listening requires some show of reciprocity and typically requires frequent listener response. Now, here we have some quote by Underwood in 1989. Students need to practice listening to the kind of speech they will actually encounter in real life. That is the most important thing for listening activities. Listening activities involve, that means in real life, dealing with the characteristics of spoken language, using the context and our knowledge of the world, understanding different text types, understanding different speeds of speech and accents, and using different sub-listening skills. What are the different listening activities we have? Well, we have, as Underwood said in 1989, he offers a typology of listening activities which are divided into pre, while, and past activities. Pre activities we can find looking at pictures, making lists of items, reading text, reading through questions, labeling, completing part of the chart, informal teacher talk and class discussions that happens very often in classroom. Matching the wild activities we can find, matching pictures with what is heard, storyline pictures, sets, putting pictures in order, completing pictures, picture drawing, following the route, multiple choice questions, and for post activities and after listening activities, we have sequencing, grading, matching the reading text, extending notes into written responses, summarizing, jigsaw listening, role play simulation, dictation. This listening integrates to other skills to practice a second language, in this case, English. What activities I like the most to work in my classes? Well, depending on the kind of students or the age of the students, but mostly all the students like to listen to songs and complete part of them, or watch any chapter from a series that they like. With this series, they catch up some information and they pick up some vocabulary and grammar that they are going to be able to use in real life situations. Watch a part of a cartoon or movie, or movies, what I think are better. Ask students to watch programs in English. That is one important thing. Also, tell them to watch them subtitled in English. That helps them a lot because they pick up the audio and they watch the word that is mentioned. My lesson plan. This plan about teaching listening is an interview about the past. This can be worked with pre-intermediate level students. Obviously, the goal is to practice listening in the classroom. And the main objective is to students will listen with practice with listening activities to reinforce the use of past tense, asking questions to their classmates about it. This is the pre-listening activity. That is what I will show them with copies or things like that. Teacher presents the topic, past, interview about the past, and ask questions about past experiences, making them participate and give varied responses from their past. That could be activities, hobbies, vacations, likes and dislikes, whatever they want to talk about. Then the teacher shows the pictures to students and praise them to imagine the kind of questions to ask in these different situations with Juan and Pedro. Then we go to the while listening. The teacher plays the audio to students and asks to complete the first activity. The contains, in this case, true or false sentences about the people we were talking before. Then together they check answers. After that, they listen for the second time. But in this case, they are going to answer the questions about these two people from the audio. And the post-listening activity that I present here is that students in groups of 3 or 4 can make their own interview questions to be asked and answered to people from other jobs and bring it for the next class as an extensive listening activity. And we have here the activities. They can make the interviews and present it to the class. What are the materials or equipment? Well, the copies for students, the audio device with the listening part, their pencil to complete the answers. References. This activity was taken from the new interchange book, book that I worked before. The extra activities, what we have here, the interview questionnaires answered, the activities from the audio, students asked the interview to at least 3 people from their family list with different jobs, and the feedback, revision of the activities with the teacher, discussion of the activity from homework. These are the reference that I work with to work with this activity, and well, that will be all. Thank you.